Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a twin flame energy checkup, energy update. Based on the fact that I did a little meditation earlier. I say little, it was a marathon meditation session, and they brought some interesting information through for me. So I was determined to film this today, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but this is in the daylight. We are almost into spring, and I am buzzing from the blue skies, even though this area's gone a bit mad about the whole health situation. Not even going to say the name. We're not going to give that name energy. We're just going to leave it there. Okay, the reason I'm mentioning it is because this ties in. Okay, so let's see if this comes up, because I've just done a pre-shuffle here, and this came up in the pre-shuffle. Now, I will be working with Spirit, obviously, while I pull cards to sort of give you guys an update on the twin flame scenario. But what came up in the pre-shuffle was a reconciliation on hold. The reconciliation's on hold due to a certain situation where places, people are on lockdown. It's a tricky one, because on one hand you can sit and say, well, does that mean that the whole health situation is man-made? That's a whole new video. I'm already getting told off by YouTube for my political videos. Don't know if I'm going to get into that whole thing on this channel. Needless to say, I've actually ended up taking all of my political videos down because things were just getting way too weird. Yes, they were accurate and they were becoming true, but there was just way too many weird things happening. So, it begs the question, how can that be the case if this is a twin flame situation and it's led by Spirit? And the way I'm reading this is that there has to be a certain... See, I can't work out what came first, the chicken or the egg. I can't work out if, in order for us to kind of progress into this ascended state, reunion needs to happen. And so part of the situation at hand at the moment is to stop union so that the energetic vibration is lowered, so that healing can't take place, so that union can't take place, so that there's altogether a lower vibrational planet. Or if there's a reason for it. If it's like, if people were to come together now, then it would be disrupted by what is currently going on. I think it's a bit of both, but let's have a look, because nothing is by accident. Nothing is by accident, and we've got to, whatever you do, don't buy. And look, I know this is a serious situation going on, but try not to buy into what's being reported everywhere, because the more you buy into that, the more you're investing in the outcome. And at the moment, the outcome is that there's a karmic cleanse. That's how I'm reading this situation. There's altogether, within the twin flame community, within the general community at large, within the general population, there's a karmic cleanse. We've got Lilith that's conjunct Chiron. Lilith is the feminine. Chiron is the wounded healer, the shaman, in Aries, in the sign of Aries. And the last time that happened was in the 1970s. And we've got quite a large amount of karma that's coming up. For example, we've got, I think Saturn is squaring the North nodes at the moment until the 16th. So I think it's Saturn. So obviously this is going to, again, it's going to drag up things to check to see if they've been resolved. Now, it's almost like there's a spanner being thrown in the works for the healing here. Because actually, if things were to come together now, they'd be disrupted, but also because more healing needs to happen. But let's have a look. Let's see what Spirit have to say about this. So we've got the Hermit card first of all. Okay, this is a contemplation period, a period of going within and checking the light within. All right, we cannot sit and expect. Yeah, look. This is what I'm saying about Chiron. We need to. In my opinion, the focus at the moment should be, if you are a feminine, for you guys to be working on your healing. Okay, again, with the whole Chiron conjunct Lilith, This is bringing up a lot of potentially your mother's line, a lot of ancestral karma, a lot of feminine karma here. I'm just hearing bloodline. So I would be reviewing your mother's lineage here and sort of correcting anything that you feel needs to be looked at. Now, I'm not sitting here, don't misinterpret my words as if to say, you know, there's an issue with your mum. What I'm saying is that we've got an opportunity here to cleanse ancestral karma that has come up. I feel like, certainly for me and maybe others that will probably relate to me, a part of the reason I'm here is to cleanse my bloodline, because it needs to happen. I'm not going to go into what my bloodline is and who my bloodline is, because Lord knows I'm already getting eyes on me, so I need to be a bit careful what I'm saying. And that's not an ego thing. That's Jale, just get your head down and just deliver the messages, but don't pay too much attention to yourself, because yeah, we're not about to buy into that energy. So what Spirit is saying here is focus on you. So let's be realistic. If you're sat there going, yeah, but I really feel like I have to link with my partner, my twin flame, my soulmate, whatever you do, focus that heart-centered energy back to you, okay? Because that is, number one, you're going to end up putting that energy back into yourself to heal, but also because it's not going to go to waste there. Now, no, I'm not saying that to extend that energy to your divine masculine or divine counterpart or divine feminine, whoever, you know, however it resonates. No, I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, that's a waste. I'm just saying at the moment, there's a reason why this, put it this way, I view astrology as a map, right? That's how I'm viewing astrology. I'm adhering to the astrology because, quite honestly, it's never led me wrong, and I want to navigate out of this to the most easiest and effective way possible. I don't want to have to sit and drown, get to the bottom of the pool and then sort of try and slowly kind of, you know, meander up. I want to get to the other side and get it done. One sec. Sorry, there was a little bit of noise in the background, so I decided to pause the video until that was sort of faded out a little bit. This is a time for recalibrating the feminine within you. Even if you're male watching this, I would be looking at the healing the feminine. Look at where Lilith lies in your chart, okay? Look at where Lilith is transiting in your chart, and look at where Lilith is natally in your chart. That'll give you another clue as to where to be sort of focusing the healing on. But at the moment, if you're if you think that the union is about to happen, I mean, yeah, it could be. You know, this is just an indicator from Spirit what our focus should be on, is to sort of, because obviously we want the Empress in the upright position. And at the moment, this is a little bit off kilter. The Empress is a little bit off kilter here, and we want the Empress on full form and fighting fit, because that way the connection will be straightforward. So let's have a look what else is going on, please. Okay, so if you are currently in a position where action has been totally paused, maybe communication has stopped, maybe someone isn't coming forward, maybe you've put an offer on the table and then have gone within, and that person, something has closed out in their sort of energy, their lifestyle, but something energetically definitely closed. Now, this is the Page of Wands, so this is like a younger fire sign, male or female, doesn't have to, sort of just a younger energy really, where everyone's going to be different here, but for those who are going to resonate with this, something has closed out. It's like I'm hearing a past issue is being closed out with your counterpart, okay? So basically everyone has got their job to do at the moment. So for example, the feminine, or let's say those watching this, I feel is going to be concentrating solely on this. And then there's the counterpart that you're obviously focusing on, your twin flame, your counterpart, divine counterpart, this is about closing out cycle of the past, okay? So there's a cycle from the past that is being closed out, okay? Something about an equal give and take exchange. So possibly they would have phased out where there was an imbalance. So possibly, if let's say for example they're in a karmic situation, they are currently navigating out of the fact that they are putting all of their energy and time into that partnership, and they're not getting enough back. We've got a Tower card here as to what is going on with their energy. So there's a lot of disruption going on here. An old paradigm is being ripped down. An old paradigm, an old thought process, an old way of doing things is being torn apart and is being ripped down, ready to be rebuilt, I'm hearing, okay? So give them time. Give your counterpart time. This is not a race. Now, whoever's guide this is, and they're saying it's your guide, because I've got 4 new guides for this work. And this is the sort of messages they're bringing here. This is not a race. This is not about the end product being the partnership. This is, I mean, that's a byproduct. It's a positive end product. But the actual real part of this twin flame journey is the healing for you, in order for you to come into union with the self, and then for you to come into union with the counterpart. It is of paramount importance for you to acknowledge that, and not to kind of chase ahead and not run ahead, because you are going to be chasing your tail. And not only that, but it's going to create an attachment that is going to push the energy further away. Okay, now they're talking here about a chain reaction, right? It's like they're talking about fear here, where because of this, again, this external situation, because we've got to remember everything that is happening in our external is a byproduct of a lot of different things, okay? We have to remember there's a chain reaction going on here, where there's been a lot of fear that's been built up, and that's, I mean, a lot of it is monetary fear, a lot of it is just circumstances, day-to-day circumstances, practical circumstances, and it's bred itself, it's bred unto itself. And so essentially, with the universal order that is everywhere, and that, you know, we are a part of, there is a 0 point where if things get too unbalanced, the universe extends to correct. And so this is a byproduct of that. And what you're seeing in the external environment you're in is also a byproduct of that. It serves to recalibrate exactly what is going on and what is needing to happen, and that is to surrender, okay? Because people are so much in fear. There's so much, it's like there's an expectation here. You do for me and I'll do for you. You do this, I'll do that. You do this, I'll do that. You do this, I'll do that. Do your own journey. This is about your journey. This is not about, well, I'm going to only talk to this, my divine counterpart, if they understand that, you know, they've really hurt me, and that, right, just look, he or she is probably wounded and certainly a little bit unawakened, possibly. Don't expect mountains being moved. Just focus on your own journey, because the expectation here on the other person doing X, Y, and Z towards you is not going to work. Is the old constructs. It's not just them that is having this. It's everything. This whole paradigm is being ripped down. And okay, that sounds a little bit melodramatic, but I'm just going to give you the honest truth. And it's not to scare the rubber, you know, the C word out of you. It's because I can't swear either, because YouTube, again, we're basically, we've got to be really careful on YouTube now. I can't say anything on YouTube, essentially. Sorry, that I'm just going to keep it real. I've got eyes watching, and I'm not being melodramatic either. So essentially, what is going on here is this is to rebuild things. This is to essentially rebuild a new way of doing things. And I'm hearing Spirit saying, let's get it right. We don't want to just, oh, you know, let's just, you know, hotch-botch this together and come together. And I mean, we're just totally off balance, and you know, we just need to kind of go within, really. But let's just you know, end off this phase and just stick the two of them together anyway. It's not going to work, because put it this way, the energy has to be right. You wouldn't cook eggs in a pan of cold water, would you? The energy has to be right. There has to be a certain vibration of energy in order for this to be nourished and fulfilled. So in the meantime, the kind of focus is on uplifting you and doing your healing. The path to union is to heal you. So where is it you're lacking? I'm hearing a lot of inner child work has to take place. There's going to be a lot of inner child work that has to be looked at, in my opinion. Because what is going to happen otherwise is, put it this way, you're going to know if this is accurate for you if you are relying on your counterpart to fill or fulfill a part of you that you're lacking. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. All right. So this is what this is serving to do. It's serving to highlight where there is an imbalance, where there is a shadow side, where there is something that is unseen. It's in the shadows. It's serving to highlight that for it to be brought up, to be healed. Yeah. Because this is the thing. With the Four of Cups energy, it's like you have to be complete in yourself before this works, before this energy is accurate, before this energy can take shape, right? So if you haven't healed and your counterpart hasn't healed, or one or both of you haven't healed, it's not going to work. And it has to work. This is about a jigsaw puzzle, okay? And it's about an energetic map that is being created that certainly has a blueprint that was designed a long time ago for most of the divine counterparts. And there has to be a certain order. And it's not designed by us. We are not those, because this is the thing. We are being taught that there's essentially, I mean, look, it's a humbling process. Every time you're kind of trying to speed things up, it's going to pull you back. And I'm sorry if this is triggering you, but I'm just going to keep it real. Every time you're expecting to have contact, it's going to hold you back. Every time you're expecting that person to complete a part of your heart, it's going to hold you back. Every time, whatever you're expecting, it's going to do the opposite. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you know, just pretend that you don't care. This is not about sidestepping the work. This is about going and fully immersing yourself in the work, doing the work, coming out the other end going, I'm expert level, and what are you going to do? You know, it's like doing it to a point where you are complete within you for what is expected. Because look, they're also in this energy. You guys are mirroring each other. You guys are mirroring each other. This is why all this is going on. This is to serve, because this is the thing, right? Let's say these guys, these divine counterparts put together, then what? You're not balanced. Then what happens? Then what happens? There is a waiting period here, and for good reason. This is for good reason. This is not for, oh hey, you know, let's just try and wind everyone up and not give anyone some good news. There's a lot of people trying to talk. Right, here we go. First of all, we've got Two of Pentacles, juggling, and then we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. If your person is in a third party situation, Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, or you are in a third party situation, first of all, that needs to be phased out, and there needs to be a decision made, right? So if you're sat here going, I don't know if I want to be with this person, I don't know if I can hold space for them, I don't know, then that's going to be indecisive energy that then they're mirroring to you. Don't forget, this is essentially a bit of a mirroring situation here, because there's an energetic fragmented piece that you're sharing between the two of you. You have to put your head in the game, and this is not about playing games. This is about the real reason why all this is here. This is not because you're like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're just going to give you some crumbs and you're going to have to scam around on the floor like a dog to try and get the crumbs. This is because they want you to do the work. And so the reward is you coming into, self-actualization, you coming into complete wholeness. And then the byproduct of that is you go into union. The journey is the main focus. So if you're projecting the end result every 3 minutes, it's not going to happen. You're going to just put, this energy is being pushed away. We don't want to push that away. We want to do the work. All right. Get clear on what you want. If you're sat here now going, oh, I can't be bothered with all this, then just take a break. Take some time to yourself. Don't forget we're in Neptune season, which is, we've got the Sun conjunct Neptune at the moment, which is causing all kinds of confusion. Probably you don't even know what day of the week it is or what way's up, because I know I don't. You know, I've got the most craziest, I've got, at the moment, I've got Chiron conjunct Lilith, conjunct my IC in Aries. I've just literally had Venus do conjunct Lilith and Chiron conjunct my IC. I'm about to have the Sun, and then I'm about to have Mercury, and at some point probably Neptune as well, right? Also, I've got Uranus conjunct natally my Sun. The Uranus transit is conjunct Venus and my Sun. So I feel like there's no escaping, like literally. It's like they're basically saying you do the work or you know, there's no messing around here. This is not a messing around energy. This is we're not messing, you do the work or don't do it at all. So this is why I'm having to deliver this message, because this is not for the faint of heart. I'm going to put that as my title. This is not for the faint of heart. Like, don't invest in this journey if you think in 2 months there's a trumpet playing and divine counterpart, it comes out the cupboard, or you know, comes up your drive and knocks on your door. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe that does happen, fair play if it does, but this is a journey. It's not like they're not playing. There's a reason why you guys are hardcore. They're not gonna, because you've signed up for this. And don't get me wrong, everyone is going to be triggered for me saying this. Yeah, I can't believe you said that. Well, what is it about that triggers you? Because you need to look at that as well. So get clear on what you want. Get clear on what you want, and get clear on that is your person. Because this is another thing I'm going to say to you. If you are around people that are giving you all kinds of false information, oh, you know, that can't be, I don't buy into any of that, and oh, do you not think that they maybe should be doing this? And do you not think, like, you know, people have opinions. Don't buy into it. I wouldn't even be I mean, to be really honest with you, unless you are amongst people that get it, I wouldn't even be sharing it. And even then I would be extremely limited, because people are going to project, and this is a sacred union. They're all sacred. They're sacred unions. They were designed that way. Don't allow, my guide's being rude, but they're saying don't allow the common man. That's so rude. They're saying it's true. And this is the thing, when my guides say that kind of thing, they're not trying to be patronizing, they're just saying it in the most brutalist form, because that's what they're meaning what they say. And it's not to disrespect anyone, it's basically they're very clear in their communication. They're not, because this is the thing, up there there's no ego. There is no ego up there. So this is why they can't communicate in this way. And I'm also a trigger, so just FYI, I'm a walking catalyst at the moment, guys. So back to the subject at hand, though. Get clear on what you want. I wouldn't even be I'd be writing everything down. I wouldn't even be sharing it with people that you know don't buy into this or don't understand this, because you're going to get so disheartened. And at the moment, there's so much confusion going on. People are going to project that on you. Don't allow that. All right? Look. 3 of Pentacles reversed. So again, this has to be phased out, but this is because of confusion. There's a lot of confusion involved in the collective at the moment. All right, don't be disheartened. Don't be disheartened. You must step into your heart space. At the moment, trying to find my heart space is honestly like, I'll be really honest with you. I don't want to keep going back rattling on about how much I've been broken down, but this journey is not for those who want an easy ride. This is for the souls that have come to do some hard graft, right? And the type of soul contracts and circumstances that a lot of people are finding themselves in, where they're going through a heart opening after heart awakening after heart awakening after heart awakening, which is usually in the form of extreme trauma, aka near-death experiences, aka extreme events that if you were to sit down and, as my guys would say to the common man, they would sit and go, are you actually joking me? And your answer would be, why would I joke about this? Because there's a divide. It's like people are going to get it or they're not, right? Just don't waste your time on people that aren't going to get it. That's what I'm going to say. But because of that, it's like there's a recalibration of the heart chakra at the moment. And I mean, certainly for me, my sun and my moon is progressed. Certainly my sun is now progressed in Gemini, which is, I can't work out. One minute I'm very Queen of Cups, and the next I'm Queen of Swords, and I'm about to take someone's head off. So I'm really trying to recalibrate all of that energy, because obviously that's, you know, I recently spoke to one of my friends who I've known for a long time over the weekend, and she was just like, Jale, you're like, you need to just chill out a little bit. And I'm just like, no, sorry. I don't need to chill out at all. I need to do my work. I need to do my job. And at the end of the day, I get it. You don't see that, but I've got my path. You've got yours, you know. We've got to get into that heart space, okay? So if people, things, situations are not allowing you to get into this heart space, fight for it. Defend that heart space, because this is really needing to protect. This is really needing to be protected at the moment. This is really needing to be the focus. This is really needing to be the priority, because this heart is what is going to carry you through on this journey. It is what is going to recalibrate you to the higher vibration, and then in exchange recalibrate your counterpart, okay, in order for this to actually be successful. But if you are not in your heart space and you're constantly kind of defensive, this is what we need to be aiming for moving into the next couple of weeks, because there is a lot of karma coming up that's being cleansed with the, as I say, the Saturn squaring the nodes. I think it's Saturn. Let me just have a quick look here. Let me pause the video so I'm not... No, it's Chiron squaring both nodes. Alright, so this is about surrender. This is about releasing fear. But that's until, I think, the 16th. And then don't forget, if you've looked at my monthly astrology, we've got around the 21st a lot going on. So this first part with Chiron squaring the nose is to bring up this karma. So this is, I would say, not a period where I feel contact will be fruitful. I feel, if anything, it might be confusing. But in the meantime, both, I feel the feminine and the masculine should be focusing on heart center work. So eating anything green, you know, looking at cleansing heart chakra, inner child work, anything that you know is going to, like, I'll give you an example. I've got a set of tarot cards that are 10 years old, right? And I couldn't throw them away. They're, because obviously they're like totally on their last legs. But I couldn't throw them away because they have actually helped me through so many different situations. And I picked them up over the weekend, and I cannot tell you how, and I know this is like a material object, which is ludicrous, but I'll be really honest with you, this gave me so much comfort to hold these cards and be like, oh my goodness, this is like my, it feels like my old life is in these cards. And it just felt like home. It was really weird. It was like, oh my goodness, I feel like we need some kind of 0 point or anchor at the moment to make ourselves feel steady. And what Spirit is saying is the heart is going to do that. Focus in on that energy and anchor your security into your heart, because that is going to be the most solid way of doing it. I wouldn't recommend doing that into an object or a material item, because it's not going to really hold much depth. But I mean, look, if you feel like that's going to bring you comfort, by all means. But because I'm hearing looking through old photographs might help as well. Justice on the bottom of the deck, karma. Okay, and then at the bottom of underneath that is a 4 of Wands. We have to clear this karma. This is not the time. This is not the time, all right? This is not the time for union, in my opinion. Now, I know you're probably sat there going, yeah, but I'm seeing all these other people telling me that, you know, this is going to be union soon. Okay, awesome. I don't know what to say to you. There's different groups, isn't there? There's different, I can only speak for what I'm getting. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So this is the Wheel of Fate that isn't turning. And then we've got that underneath the Tower. So there is going to be a shake-up. All right, expect shake-ups. Let's clarify what the shake-ups will be. Defensiveness, okay? You may be getting triggered based on a certain action from that person or a certain situation, so keep an eye out for that. But don't buy into it. Don't forget. Do not let this close. Keep this open. Even if you've got, like, I'll be honest with you, we've got the Tory health MP that's just been diagnosed with that virus. Everyone sat saying, oh my goodness, this is karma, this is karma, this is karma. I personally, I voted Labour, but I actually sent her a message and said, look, you know, your mother, 94-year-old mother, lives with you. I send you my heartfelt condolences, and I hope that you get a speedy recovery and that, you know, you and your mum are in the best possible hands and that you are looked after. Because let's be realistic, I'm not closing my heart chakra for these people. You know, there's no way I'm closing my heart chakra for these people. I'm not. I feel like there's a bit of a trap. Don't close your heart chakra. This came out together. The Queen of Cups with the Ten of Swords. Don't close your heart chakra right now. That is going to be the worst thing to do. All right, but just watch for any defensiveness that comes up. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to be honest with you. If you see that the counterpart is reinvesting in something, moving, or, you know, buying a vehicle or investing something in with the karmic, don't buy into that. All right, now I had someone tell me, like, the other day, why do you keep an eye on, like, your divine masculine? Like, why would you put yourself through that? I'll tell you why. Because I want to be triggered. Most people are going to watch me going, you are insane. But no, I do. And okay, that's maybe a sick way of doing it, but if I know I'm triggered, that's where I need to do my healing. And we all know I want to get this done. So yeah, I'm gonna have a look when I'm ready to, and if I feel triggered, that's where my next step is. That's because this is the thing. You know, let's not be, you know, unrealistic here. This is our mirror. Why wouldn't I? Now, obviously, if I'm, you know, I wouldn't sit here and say, you know, do that, you know, just to kind of, as it, you know, if this is really tormenting you, then obviously I wouldn't. But I'll be really honest with you, that's really helped me grow. This has really helped me grow, and I want to grow because it means I'm getting somewhere. It means I'm on track, because this is what the journey is about. And this is the thing, I'm not allowed to sit and explain, because again, I when the person asked me that, I was just kind of like, if I have to explain this to you, the fact you've even asked me that question means, number one, you don't get me, and number two, because this was a friend, and number two, yeah, it's like you don't get it, and I don't. Why do I need to explain that? This is everyone's different, and if you are asking me that question, then there's a lot of projections going on. Don't buy into it. It's also making me see, but it's good because it's making me see who I will invest my time in moving forward and who I wouldn't. And I'll be really honest with you, that the friends are growing a bit thin in amongst this scenario, and I'm thankful for that, because it means that I'm moving to where I need to be going, as opposed to staying in the same energy and being stagnant. I don't want to be stagnant. I want to grow, you know. I want to get this done. Do you know what I mean? I want to do what I can, because, you know, this is, I take my investment in myself very seriously. I take my work seriously. It's my passion, and it has been since a very, very long time. And this is apart from my divine counterpart, this is my love, you know, and as well as myself. Right, here we go. Right, this is the current scenario going on right now. All right, now that's going to go two ways. First of all, we need to look at what exactly do you feel trapped mentally about. Okay, what exactly are you feeling like you're trapped mentally about? Maybe you're sat here watching this going, I can't believe you would sit and disappointment. This is on the bottom of the deck. I can't believe you're sat here sort of, talking about these things when, this is like mental torture for me. This is my recommendation, right? Go off, reground, regroup, right? Go and do you for a couple of days in your, however you want to do that, whether it's via hermit mode, ideally in the hermit mode, whether it's around people, friends, places that you feel confident and comfortable around, then look at it again. Don't be making any quick decisions. And this is the thing, because the likeliness is, if we can free ourselves, then they can also free themselves. So we need to shift our perspective. Someone needs to shift their perspective here. Yes, the counterpart probably is going through the same thing. In fact, I'm fairly sure they are. There's spirit saying they definitely are. But where can we, because we can only be responsible for ourselves, where can we shift our perspective? Okay, now I'm hearing someone saying, yeah, but this has been so long. I've taken so much time to do this. This is taking so long. I don't know what's going on. If you are in, this is, I'll be really honest with you. Most of these counterparts are eons old, right? And a lot of this energy is like, this is the climactic part of, you know, they're being reunited. Okay, and if you look at it from that perspective, let's say, for example, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you didn't know about this situation, right? So if you were once in that energy, what's the difference between then and now? I mean, if anything, this should be giving you more comfort because you know there is someone who is a similar energy. But the more we're yearning for something, the more it highlights the loss or something that we are missing or lacking within ourselves, okay? What exactly mentally is trapping you? What is trapping you? Is there a decision that needs to be made? Is there a decision with you that needs to be made? Because this is the thing, we can all sit there and go, oh, you know, they need to make a decision, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is, but don't forget, the kind of way this journey works is that, you know, there is an element of you in them and vice versa. There's a pause here. In fact, we've got the Hangman in reverse. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. So I'll be really honest with you. This to me looks like someone is relying on you to do something. This doesn't, because this is fast moving action, right? Let's have a look. What is this Knight of Wands, please, Spirit? Wow. There is going to be communication. Someone wants to speak about their truth. Someone wants to speak about their truth. It could be about why they're taking so long, but it's about an investment and a healing, because we've got the Star and the Ace of Pentacles as well. Someone is possibly coming forward in the next couple of weeks to deliver truth. I'm hearing to have a fresh start, okay? Now, okay, you may, because that's just thrown me. I'm just like, where's that come from? I feel like what they're trying to say is that out of the blue, as soon as you kind of get into that mindset and you release yourself from the entrapment of what, when is when energy will turn around and this will happen. That is, I think, the message. So I think some of you are really close, but there's just a bit of tweaking going on before this can turn into this, and then we're on our way. But this is, there's healing and a reinvestment coming. It just means that, I mean, it's been a long time coming as well. It's been a heck of a long time coming, but there's truth coming here. All right, so just focus on you. Try and get yourself balanced. Try and get yourself balanced here. Yeah, choices. There's choices here, and I'm hearing there's choices coming up. There's choices coming up. There's choices. Someone is choosing to move away from this energy of like in and out and disappointment, and they're going to choose a heartfelt apology, a heartfelt offering. This is like rekindling a friendship, not just a love scenario. Rekindling of a friendship. They're saying friendship first. Friendship first. This devil. Hang on, let's just have a look. What's going on with this devil? Yeah. There's something about healing. There's a reconnection, a reconciliation here. Let's have a look. What is the Devil and Temperance? See, look, this is the thing. I feel they're going to come forward, and I feel like they're going to be giving this offering and talking about friendship and that very kind of straightforward energy, and talking about making a reinvestment, and talking about this and talking about that, and let's put some, you know, energy into the healing, and, you know, reinvest our time. But bang, we've got the devil and temperance again. This looks like, if they, let's say for example, there's word of a separation, or word that they're going to come to you and leave this person in the next few weeks, don't put all your eggs into the one basket, because I'll tell you why. Because this came out, 4 of Wands and 3 of Wands. So we've got someone looking at the future and looking at union and marriage and commitment, and then look who freaking jumped out from underneath the card, the Queen of Swords. And I don't think that's you, or, you know, even if it doesn't have to be feminine, it could be masculine, you know, it could be masculine as well. This feels like, if you're dealing with a karmic, is they might at some point look like they're freeing themselves. Have they though? And what I would say to you is, if you do have any addictions, deal with them ASAP, because that will help them. Because there's something about an addictive nature or addictive behaviour here that they're struggling with this situation. With this situation here, with the Queen of Swords, all right? And I would say, by you dealing with, let's say, any addictions you have. Now, mine's food. Mine's food. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, I don't smoke. I don't drink at the moment. I've stopped eating meat. My addiction at the moment is like, I've got to stop eating chocolate. The only thing I'm bulk buying at the moment is chocolate, and this is getting a bit much. And this is because I'm in Pisces season, and I'm just kind of like in that energy. But yeah, so I would be looking at focusing on that as well. But pay attention for that person to come back towards you, and it's not quite closed with the person, or there's something that is attaching them to this person that is not quite closed out. So just pay attention for that. I wouldn't invest in that being over, but I feel there is definitely going to be at some point them potentially ending it. Now, it could be some of you it's going to end and that's it. But what we're going to have to do is keep an eye on this energy until the sort of next, when we do Aries reading. I might do another one. I probably will do another one in a week or so, maybe just before the next set of astrology, just so I can keep an eye on what's going on. But some of you, they will come forward and that'll be it. But there's definitely something potentially still lingering around this karmic situation, or if it's not a person, it's, you know, a job, or, you know, family. Make the effort. Okay, we need to get the healing done. It says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So what they're saying is, don't sort of sit and go, well, this is, you know, we're doomed. Invest in yourself in the meantime, because that will pay off. Number one, you'll always gain something from it, but also it's going to help them. So just don't underestimate the healing journey that you can take. And we've got playfulness as well. It says, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So again, it could be that they try and reconnect with you. And I would say, keep it light. Don't sort of, I mean, obviously you need to sort of have some kind of communication, but I wouldn't sort of focus them solely on the negative elements of it, because I feel like they would probably come to you with a break with all the doom and gloom. They probably want an uplifting experience. So just be aware of the energy there. But we've also got children here. It says your love life is being affected by children. So again, look at the inner child work, or it could be that maybe either you're wanting children, they're wanting children. Maybe they come to you and explain they want kids. And again, if that's not you, then that's not going to, if you're not in that position, then that's not for you. The general reading, take it as it resonates. Some of you are reconciling here. It says someone from the past is returning to your life. Bottom of the deck is attraction. The last card. Outcome, please. Outcome. Heart-to-heart conversations coming on the way. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. So there's going to be an opportunity to open up. There is definitely going to be an opportunity to open up here. Let's have a look at, let's go with the Wisdom Oracle. These are all freshly cleanse decks. Let's have a look. Outcome, please, for Twin Flames. Outcome. What is the outcome, please? I can even smell the sage on these cards still. Yeah, look. There's blessings coming here. Don't give up. Just keep focused on the blessings. Keep focused on Spirit. Keep asking Spirit for help. Keep sending your prayers up to Spirit. We've got unfinished symphony and never-ending story. So at some point, if you're going in a loop, we need to change that cycle up a bit here. All right? Because there is an outcome to this, but it just means there's a little tweaking that you can be doing. If you're sat here going, oh yeah, but what about him? You're both one and the same, essentially. So we need to, you can only focus on you. Just got to focus on you. Outcome. Outcome, please. Final card for outcome. Yeah, we're almost there. All right, guys, we're almost there. Just keep that faith. This was your twin flame reading. Hopefully that's been of some assistance. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All your likes, shares and subscriptions. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I'm sending you all the very many blessings for you guys to reconcile ASAP. Let's just keep this. We've got to try and do as much work as we can now, because I feel like there's union is really close, all right, for a lot of people. So wishing you the best of luck. Take good care. Bye.